Alright, let's get this started here. Alright, so we have some 9:45 news, so I'm not gonna consider anything until 9:45. Right here we have PMI. Hopefully the PMI here can give us somewhat of a volatility this week, because as I've mentioned in the last live stream, I mean, you can just see this entire week has just been like just a consolidation, very rangy, lower probability. So I'm looking to see here if maybe we get that large run we're looking for on the week. If not, it's not a big deal. I'm sure next week we'll have a lot better of a week. So I think we potentially may be creating an SMT. Let me go back to NAS. Yeah, so NAS is failing to take out this 5 o'clock high, the London high. And we've cleared buy side on ES. So that's what I'm looking at right now. And then Dow is like also took out the highs. Okay. Let's see if. Good morning, Madcast. Good to have you here again. Making sure you guys can hear me and whatnot. Alright, cool, we're good. Alright. So we do have sell side down here. I'm not saying we're going lower. I'm waiting until we get that news drop to confirm what I'm looking for. Oh, nope. Bottom. There we go. Alright, and then we also do have some form of buy stops up here with this, the current new week opening gap, which is over here. So, but if we're talking about right now, you can see we just traded into this order block. If it wants to go lower, it's going to violate this order block and not respect it like it is now. So, there we go. And then it's also trading into this inefficiency right here, if you can see it. This right here would be a breaker. So so there's three PD arrays I'm looking at right here. This breaker, this inefficiency, and this order block. So if it disrespects all of those, I think we may be looking at going to the sell side. So let's get that. This would be, I'm gonna type it out. Boom. Alright, let's go down to the 5. So obviously it traded below the breaker, but you want to see if it respects it with the body. So far it is. And what time is it? It is 9:35. 10 minutes till the news drop. So once again we have sell side down here where this is. And let's go and look at the NASDAQ 1 minute. See how we repriced up into this inefficiency? Doesn't mean anything yet. We're waiting for the news, but. And then Dow is just really displaced lower, showing weakness after clearing the stops. This would be, yep, the London high. Now the only thing that would be conflicting with shorts is you can see how we just traded into this daily order block right here, right there. So, and we've kind of had like a strong wick reaction off of that. So basically the open of this order block here is essentially the low of this new week opening gap right here. So normally I would just use that line for both of them, but I'll put it on here for you guys. Let's see. Gotta get it perfect. There we are. So that's just the daily order block. That's all that is. See how we really wicked strong off of it, and then we worked into this wick right here. Let's measure that out. So about the midpoint, we did close below the midpoint here, so let's go to the 15. Yep, no wick on the 15, so we can take that off. Let me check the comment section here, see if morning Russell, morning Destin, how you doing? So the only problem I see with this morning, so this could potentially, this morning definitely has potential to be a pretty good morning in terms of market conditions, because we didn't have like a huge range London session, and there's no like non-farm payroll or anything. So, but the only problem here is I can pretty much frame a long and a short right now. On the long side, you know, we traded up off the daily order block. We created this long-term low here, and then we traded the whole way down here. Down to the 15-minute order block. Right there. And then we created the intermediate term low. Now we've traded higher since, and now we're coming back into a breaker, inefficiency, and order block right here. So that's me framing the long, and then we can aim for these highs. But on the short side, we have, you know, these relatively equal lows here below the new week opening gap. We've cleared buy side, and we have SMT with NASDAQ. So you see how I just framed both sides? So I gotta wait until that news drops to really confirm. See, so boom. You can see we traded up into here, into this inefficiency. Nice little reaction off of that. See these relative lows here. Whoa. Okay. And another thing I want to point out for ES, if you take yesterday's session high to the low, that's our dealing range. You can see that we've bumped up into a premium right there. Premium what? Premium buy side. I'm sure there's other premium rates I can map out, but it's not that important. So here's a premium inefficiency. I guess we didn't even I thought we wicked up into that, but I guess not. Okay, so on the hourly, you see this right here. You see we traded up into that. So that's enough for it to send it lower. So once again, I just framed a long and a short. So gotta wait for price to tell us more. That's all. Jordan, can you see where it says the 5 right here? Let me know if you can see that. I'm pretty sure you can, but this is what time frame I'm on. It'll show it right here. The 5 right here. and then I'll switch to the 15-minute, and then it'll say 15. Just let me know if you can see that. And if you can't, I'll switch it to the right side. Let me know. Alright, well, we're going to see if this holds strong. Once again, off of that daily order block, this created a long-term low. That doesn't, just because there's a long-term low doesn't mean that's going to hold, but that's just current market structure we're within. And anytime you see these little circle things, that's just circle things. This is just like another short-term low. Well, this is an intermediate term low, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to put that as a short-term low for the long term. So you can see there, long-term low. Came down to this discount order block, created a intermediate term low. Boom. Short-term low, short-term low. So I can erase this now. And then look at that nice wick off of the low of the breaker, the order block, and the inefficiency right here. So if we want to go lower, that's not what you want to see, because buy side's already been cleared in a premium, so you wouldn't want to see it like respecting that. So 2 minutes until the news release. Let's see what's popping in the markets. Haven't got much this week, so I'm not expecting a whole lot. But it is PMI, so we might be able to actually get some good volatility. What's up, AZ? I've been good. How about you? Let me know. So the 5-minute order block right there as well, you can see that. Okay, so I like this right here. It is ahead of the news driver, so like that's nothing to like execute off of. So, but you can see we went below this swing low and repriced into this 5-minute inefficiency here. Let's see, one more minute. Let's get it. Going back to the hourly. See if I didn't touch on anything I should have. Okay, yeah, we're good. I'm gonna take this off. So once again, we have this SMT with the NASDAQ showing accumulation going lower. Let's see. So this still didn't disrespect this opposing order block right here because it wicked up, like it still respects it with the body. So I was going to say that's significant, but it's not. So so yeah, nothing really in NASDAQ showing high probability. So I'm going to erase this. Okay, news release just dropped. See what happens. We have sell side below these lows right here. But once again, sell side has been cleared here. We've traded up, retracement. So I could still frame both sides right now. I just have to see what the news release volatility does here. That's all. So as you can see, ES looks a lot cleaner than the NASDAQ. So Normally I'm looking at ES more anyways, so. Okay, Dow pretty much looking the same on the 5 minute. Last line of defense on Dow would be this order block right here, the midpoint of it. So once again, buy side has been cleared on Dow as well. Just the leader to the upside as of right now. Okay, you can see it. All right, appreciate you. I'm just waiting for that opening range to be set in place so I can have more framework. The opening range is normally set in from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. I'm gonna take a look at the dollar quick. Nope, not Big Nifty, the dollar. There we go. Alright, so dollar's really rallied up into this order block here. Yeah, dollar's just kind of been stuck into a consolidation, and usually when dollar's consolidating, that allows for ES to rally or dump. So I'm not sure if DXY is going to be too much of a help here. We'll have to see. We have buy side above these highs. But yeah, look at that PMI release right there. Really just like pumped higher. Maybe a catalyst to help ES go lower. But right now all we're doing is consolidating. So you see how it's respecting the order block, inefficiency, and breaker. Yeah, just look at this back and forth wicks. Nothing really high probability as of right now. Oh yeah, look at that. You guys want to take a trade in that, huh? Ugly price action so far, but gotta stay patient. You never know what it can give you by 10 o'clock hour. Let's see. Okay, so they're all kind of confirming that high not be taken out so far. All the averages. Let's see. Okay, so like I said earlier, last line of defense would be, yeah, I'll use the body because that wick's a little, would be midpoint here. You can see it failed to reach that, and now it's kind of like wicked off. So I want to see if maybe this can send it lower down to these lows and new week opening gap. Alright, yeah, so I like to see that. So boom, that's a disrespect. You can take this breaker off now. That got disrespected, and the order block. So this can be a catalyst now for us to aim for the sell side. That's what I was looking for there, the initial displacement after the news. So boom, you can say right here, maybe you could say that's a missed entry right there, but not in my eyes, because this high easily could have been taken out at the news release. So right now, as of right now, I can look for places to get short. As long as we don't show overwhelmingly, as long as this inefficiency right here doesn't support it. So But then again, if it really wanted to go higher, it wouldn't need to really come down to here because we traded down, up, and left that range. So it would only have to trade into here to send it higher. It could trade down here and then go higher, but I think we're maybe going for the sell side here. Let me take this off. So this right here would be considered a high risk sell because your stop super easily could have been taken out because it's PMI. So if you did take that, that would be 4155, 9 handles, which isn't worth the initial news release risk in my opinion. So and then also take a look right here, midnight opening price. You can see we traded above that. I was just kind of eyeballing that. I didn't outline it yet, but here is midnight opening. Boom, beautiful. Let's take a look at that. So yeah, no regular trading hour gap, so we're good off that, eh? So yeah, I can only take a short here in a premium. I can't take a short in a discount. So what would that mean? This high. So right in here, obviously I need a alright, so like right here. And then take this, and this should act as a balanced price range to support it going lower. And see if there's nope, nothing on the 5 minute. So you see that? See how that body got respected right there? Beautiful. And that SMT with NASDAQ is holding up strong. Has yet to fill this in, so Dow not really telling me much except for showing. Okay, yeah, so yeah, pretty much the same story as ES. Okay, nothing to see there. So I like how NASDAQ, let's take that off. I like how NASDAQ just completely disregarded this right here. So that gives me more confidence to go short in ES. And see the sell side I marked out there, see how that was taken out. I think I marked this like 15 minutes ago, something like that. Beautiful. So this right here would be a higher probability short after the news release. And then your target would be right here, sell side, the 7 o'clock low. Along with, let me make the line more broad. This is a old new week opening gap. These two kind of almost red shaded lines. It's also a old daily volume imbalance too right there. So that's why I have that there. So right there, if you want short on the balanced price range that I marked out, let's just say 4150. That is now 7 handles. Beautiful. Man, these other guys that barely even know what they're talking about charge for this stuff. Nothing wrong with charging, honestly, but I mean, you know, it's a lot of fakers out there, lots of false information. You know the rundown. It's usually the guys with less viewers and less following that have like that are the most genuine and most I don't know what they're doing. I don't. So yeah, that right, you could have taken a partial for 150 down to. So this right here is 7.5 handles. You could have taken a partial right there at this low. I believe that was taken out. Yeah, so that right there would be a great partial. And then your stop would not move. It would still be relatively like up here. Woo! Isn't it just wild that everything I outlined happened? Everything I outlined ahead of time, of course, but I mean, it's one thing to outline shit and it's one thing to predict the markets, but it's another thing to actually execute. But all in all, I think I did a good job here of outlining everything. I mean, literally everything all the levels I put on my chart and whatnot, they all got respected, and then I think this is like the first thing I put on my chart as soon as I got on the live stream right here, sell side. Obviously, this low right here is a part of this sell side. I'm just not gonna do that because I don't know, just don't want to. So boom, that could be a potential pyramid if you already took right here, but personally I would not pyramid in a discount. So, but if that's in your trading plan, that's fine. We all have different trading plans, so I'm not here to tell you how you should run your little business. So basically, in summary, when I came into these charts, I just marked out that sell side, and I said I could frame a long and a short scenario by the time the news opens. But if it disrespects the breaker, this and this, then I would be looking to go short, and that's exactly what unfolded here. It's great to see that after a very rocky and low probability week. So very happy that we're getting something like this. And by the way, what is this right here? This is a balanced price range. See how it treats as a balanced price range? But another thing is, see how it, look at that. See how it trades right up to this low right here? Notice it only trades up to this low right here and then trades off. Why is that? That is because, so the market trades to the upside, offers buy side, and then trades down. So really the only real imbalance in here is from this low down to this candle's high right here. You see it? So really it only needed to trade up here. That's why I didn't trade all up into here. So that's perfect. And once again, this right here, I'm gonna go back to the 15. By the way, if you're trying to follow me with my time frames, it just says it right here, or the 15. So just this inefficiency right here, that's what I was using on the lower time frame. So sell side that I marked out, pre-market is in the kind of in the crosshairs here. It's getting ready to be taken. Beautiful, beautiful. And once again, this right here, that is not a short, okay? It looks like an amazing short in hindsight, but that's not a short because the PMI news release easily, super easily, just in like 5 seconds, it can take your stop if it was maybe resting up here or something. Super easily. You don't know that. That's a gamble, but after you get the displacement, this right here is a high probability entry. So there's a sell side tagged. Beautiful. This is the best day by far all week. By far. It's great to have you back, market. It's great to have you back. But here's how you can differentiate. Yeah, there we go. Me from other live streamers and traders and whatnot is, I mean, maybe they'll call the market. I don't know if they do or not, but maybe one day they'll call a market, and then they'll get on to social media, Twitter, whatever else, and they'll be on their live streams all like euphoric and beating their chest and just I don't know, like flexing. I don't know, but then you look at me and I'm just casually like calling out the market, and like it's not that big of a deal because it's really not not anyone could do it, but it's not about being right or wrong and calling the market, doing this, doing that. It's about your execution, your risk management, consistency, and yeah, all the other business. So if you're going short right here, that's just chasing price because we already traded to our the objective. So the short right here that anyone watching my live stream, we all caught right here, 4150. That is 12 handles. I mean, if you're not happy with 12 handles, if you're QVN, you should live stream more often, dude. Appreciate you. I was live streaming more about a month ago, but I kind of just like took a step back because I don't know, I just needed a break. I just wanted to be alone, just me and the charts. That's all. Nothing too crazy. The market is back. So I want to see, now that we've taken this sell side, I want to see if we can come take out this low right here, which would be a previous day low. I want to see if we come take that and take a look at the daily time frame. You can see the previous 4 days. Once again, I keep referring back to this because this is very low probability on these 4 days right here. We finally get somewhat of a body right here on Thursday, and then now we're not too crazy of a move, but we're finally getting some movement and some volatility, not just back and forth, wick. So yeah. So yeah, beautiful. Everything I outlined ahead of time played out. It's great to see. So you can see traded above the opening. On a normal day where we don't have like a PMI red folder news release right at the opening, this would right above the opening, this would be like a classic sell above the opening price, but it's simply just too risky. Your stop can be taken in 5 seconds. So instead of this candle's displacement right here, it could have opened right here and then just did this displacement to the upside and then maybe went lower. So you never know. So we just traded the new week opening gap and back to the opening of the order block. This blue line's the daily order block, so I can erase that now. Do you read chart every day? Because I got school and stuff, so it makes it difficult. Not every day, but I'm definitely gonna be doing some consistent live streams, at least 2 or 3 per week. You never know. Maybe there will be a week where the daily time frame, everything's syncing up, and every single day is a great trading day. So there might be a week where I live stream every single day of the week. So right now I wouldn't be taking any shorts because we already traded to my objective, and so shorting right here 450, taking full profit right here. 12 handles. I would take my 12 handles, close my laptop, call it a day, go head to the gym and do something else. So I'm gonna move this over. So for the downside, our next potential objective can be take a look. This is like longer term, I'm not saying right now. So we could be going down to this low right here. So I believe this would, no, not previous week's low. It's an important low with sell side below it. Okay. NQ. So NQ pretty much is the same thing. Beautiful SMT here on the NASDAQ. Let's see. Yeah, so basically the same thing on NASDAQ, just it failed to take out the London highs, that's all. So beautiful price action right there. Sell side was taken from the 7 o'clock lows and the 8 o'clock low. And what else will we hit here? Okay, so we did just hit, if my eyeball is right, yeah, we did just hit midpoint of the daily order block right here. So that may be a potential brick wall for price. And then also the low of this daily SIBI or BISI. So yeah, once again, our profit was already taken, and then if I wasn't live streaming, I'd just close my laptop and head to the gym or something like that. So yeah, if you're still trying to like sell right now, I mean maybe you might get lucky and may continue lower, but that would just be chasing price. Simple as that. Simple. So even if you go to the higher time frame, it looks super choppy, but even in that, everything was lining up and everything was super precise intraday. So on higher time frames, it can sometimes look like there's nothing going on, but then you go to the lower time frame and there is. So if it wants to, so in terms of it continuing lower, we would have to respect this right here, preferably. It can come up here and just, wick into it, but anything past that, I would see that as it doesn't want to go lower. So just watch that. Take a look. So yeah, basically let's just see if it respects this order block. Once again, on a normal day when I'm not live streaming, I literally would not care what price is doing at all. It wouldn't matter to me at all. Like, my laptop would be closed, I would be going on my day after I take my profits. I wouldn't be in here giving a shit what price is doing. So So let's take this price leg here. So this would be permissible since it's in a premium. It could come back up into here. And then at the same time it trades up into there, you want to see this act as a balanced price range. So let's take this off. This right here. Oh. Yeah, there we go. You want to see this act as a balanced price range now? So see what. So you want to see it wick up into this 5-minute one, and then respect the old 15-minute gap, and use that as a balanced price range. But if we don't do that, then we could be having a potential intraday reversal. So let's take this off. That was traded above. I don't really like the color on this. I think I'm going to change it. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah. I like that. There we are. Alright, so I'm not sure who all stayed and was in here for a while, but if you caught the move right here that I was calling real time, hit the like button. Or if you, even if it doesn't matter if you caught the move or not, but even if you found any value, you learned anything, just hit the like button. That'll give me motivation and encouragement to continue to do these live streams. Because I don't really have to do them. I don't know. I just don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time with people that don't really care. So once again, you see how it wicks up into there? You want to see if it respects it as a balanced price range. So let's go check the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, pretty much the same thing. Let's take this. You want this right here to act as a balanced price range. And so far it is. See how it wicks off that right away? And then let's check Dow. I don't like Dow. Dow's ugly. I never liked Dow. So sell side was taken on Dow as well. Yeah, Dow is showing some strength, but I don't know. Dow is always like ugly, and yeah, I would never trade the Dow. See that? Okay. Whoa, too much stuff on the chart, right? Let's see what the dollar's doing. I'm assuming it has gone lower since. Okay, so it wicked off a little bit after clearing the buy side that I outlined earlier, pre-market. So this high wasn't clear, but this one was. So this would be the London high. I do think there is some more upside for the dollar, which would support a lower ES. So I definitely think there's more upside for the dollar. Take out this high and potentially maybe up here, these two highs right here. Let's check the daily time frame. So you can see we're kind of in a consolidation on dollar as well as ES. So dollar isn't as much of a help as it normally would be in like consolidations like this. You can see we're still in a range, so it's kind of hard to ferret out a narrative with it. So like I said, this balanced price range is being respected so far. I want to see it really turn away from that. And to be clear, this is technically isn't a balanced price range yet. You just want, once it leaves it, then it'll be a balanced price range. But you, while it's happening real time, you want to see it, like, respect it as as if it were a balanced price range. So if we go to the 15, it trades up, offering buy side, and then it trades down, giving it sell side, and then it trades back up to it. You want to see it, like, trade away from it and not disrespect it like it is right now. But obviously we have this one up here as well, so this would be kind of the last line of defense here. And I believe there was a volume imbalance as well. Yeah, volume imbalance right there. So our repricing into the initial inefficiency that was created on the PMI release. So it's really raging higher now. So see how it looked. So it trades, it gets above it and then trades down into it and respects it inversely to go higher. So even though it didn't respect it to go lower, it respected it to then send it higher. You see what I'm saying here? So let's go to NASDAQ. Pretty much the same thing. So I think we might be looking at an intraday reversal here. Dow may come for these highs here. NASDAQ may be wanting to go for the London high, but as of right now, I don't see anything you would want to execute off of. So here's that old, extend that out. So boom, you can see why. So the sell side indicator, you can see why I said full profit would be taken down there, because look what happened as soon as it was taken out. Boom. So if you're getting greedy and you're like, oh no, well no, I think you can go a little lower maybe for this low. I'm gonna hold for that. Well, if you hold for that, you just got fucking smoked. So just, I don't know, just get what you can get. Like, don't demand more from markets that don't even owe you anything in the first place. So I mean, 12 handles that I called out real time is more than enough. If you don't think so, I think you need to rearrange your mindset. So we're at the 79% retracement level. That doesn't mean anything to me right now, but so we can erase this now. Oh, actually, I want to keep it on there because it's still, you can see how it uses it right here. Beautiful. So for any other traders, so let's go right here. Other traders may be thinking, once we get this huge expansion to the downside and trades below this low, they think that's like, oh, it's, you know, it's a breakout and we're most likely going to keep going lower. Well, that's just what they do to trick you. So they trade lower, inducing people to take shorts. They take shorts and then they smoke them. So this is clearly some high manipulation right there. So anyone that was kind of chasing price lower just got smoked. I'm gonna go to NASDAQ. Same story. So I do think we may come for the London high because we're kind of disregarding all the premium arrays, even this order block right here. So this big inefficiency right here may want to come back into this too, to then propel it higher. looking like a seek and destroy scene scenario for today. We didn't have that for a while. We left relatively close at the bottom. I wouldn't say this is seek and destroy yet, because I mean we caught a very high probability trade right here for 12 handles below the sell side that I called ahead of time. But it's definitely some high manipulation going on. But actually, pre-market, you could maybe classify it as seek and destroy, because we traded up above this high, then we traded below this low, and then we traded above the highs here, and then we traded below the lows, and then may potentially be coming for this high. So pre-market, you can say that, but even within that, we caught a high probability 12-point trade. So on seek and destroy days, there really isn't any high probability setups that you can frame out. So, and if someone's like posting profits they made on days like that, I mean, they just got lucky. I mean, it's pretty simple. So, luck does exist in trading, guys. There's a reason why people have, won jackpots and made huge earnings in gambling. I mean, luck does exist, so not every trade you see on social media is precision. So yeah, definitely not. Once again, even though it's sad to say that this right here was probably the cleanest setup I found all week, right here, the 12 points. It's kind of sad to say that, but this entire week has just been like very highly manipulated, and I mean, these weeks are kind of designed for people to blow their accounts. So definitely a week that a lot of accounts were blown. On this day here, this big drop, there really was no entry at all. It just kind of raged lower right after the opening, and then you get this craziness in the PM session for people that were trying for anyone that chased this and was trying to go short. I mean, look at that. And then yeah, really nothing clean this week, really, except for that post PMI. So I may want to leave this open and use this as kind of like a breakaway gap. So that looks like what it's going to be doing right now. And then ES, it like failed to get to it, so another breakaway gap here. So I think we're going to push above this 930 high. I'm hoping in the future we get some cleaner price action here, because this is very shaky. But I mean, this isn't like surprising to me, because there is a lot of weird stuff going around in the world. I'm not surprised that dollar looks like this. Let's go back. Like this. And this consolidation right here, I'm not surprised, because if you didn't know, we kind of have like other countries and stuff teaming up against the U.S. Basically, you can say that they're all trying to drop the U.S. dollar, and they're all trying to form together against us, it seems like. So, and they want to stop relying on the U.S. So that can be really bad for us. So that can cause hyperinflation. I'm not going to list everything, but some bad stuff can happen if this continues. So definitely not markets you want to be pushing it in, and I mean, you fuck around and you'll find out. So I mean, if you're pushing it this week, you most likely blew your account. I don't care how credible you are on social media. I don't care what your payout was or if you're funded. I don't like, come on now. These markets don't care about that, bro. They just want your money. Alright. Looks like we're going to be pushing up to this 930 high. So 930 high. See how I don't think it got into it. No, it did not. So this would still be institutional order flow entry to right here. It matches the exact price right there. This is still okay. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what just happened there, but this is still an institutional order flow entry to when it matches the exact price, the exact low right here. After it creates this like breakaway gap right here. So right here, nothing really high probability to buy off of, but this right here is absolutely a high probability short. Take your full profit below the sell side and the new week opening gap right here. Yeah, I got it. Alright. What was I saying? Yeah, we traded down a new week opening gap, took the sell side, and looks like we're targeting the 930 high. On normal days, honestly, this type of stuff usually doesn't happen. Usually it like has like a 62% retracement and then it continues lower and then maybe takes out this low. So a lot of like kids that trade ICT, I'm starting to hate the word SMC because a lot of people that have SMC in their title or SMC in their name, they're just like frauds and just using the name for views. But anyway, a lot of people think that just because there's relatively equal lows means that they are relative equal highs, equal lows. Just because they're there, that means they're absolutely going to be taken out. No, that's not true. They don't always have to be taken out. Obviously, that's going to take me like a hour-long teaching to explain that, but they don't always have to be taken out. Obviously, they're very much targeted, frequently targeted, but they're not going to be taken out every single time. I mean, I know people that trade double tops and double bottoms, and they're profitable because they have good risk management and psychology. So I'm not saying I would ever trade that, but I'm just saying I know people that make money from it. So it left these intact, didn't take those. And let's go to the higher time frame. See these? Or what was I going to show? Yeah, see these right here? This is like classified as a triple bottom or whatnot. These three lows right here, see how long it's been since they've been taken out? So they don't always have to be, they're not always going to be taken out. It's all about higher time frame narrative. What's the biggest draw? Which side has the most money? And wherever that is, that's where the markets are going to gravitate towards. They're not going to just simply gravitate towards lows just because they see there's relative equal lows. It's all about narrative, higher time frame narrative, and which side has the most money. Which side has the most liquidity, in other terms. So let's see if NASDAQ took out the high here. It did. Just waiting for ES to confirm that. And then let's go to Dow. Dow has been the leader mostly throughout the day here. It matched that high. So right now you gotta observe what we do above the midnight opening. So let's go up. This opening right here, this is midnight opening extended out in time, and I use that to frame this short to the sell side here. So you monitor what it does now that it returned back above it. So just wait, look and see what we do above here. Anything past 11 o'clock I wouldn't consider. What time is it? 10:31. So You blew a 5K account earlier, that's why you're here. Well, just take it as a lesson, move on, move forward. And don't think you have to rush trading live funds. You definitely don't. Because actually, most times in industries like this, most times, it's whenever you push harder and you try to, every single time you rush and you try to push forward and you try to rush the process, it's just going to set you back 5 times more than where you were trying to go forward. Like industries like that, that's going to happen. If you're rushing the process and you try to push it and you don't really know what you're doing or whatever, it's going to set you back 5 times more than where you were trying to push forward initially. Every single time. Like, you're going to tell yourself it's going to be different this time. Oh, no, I'm going to prove them wrong. But no, it's going to be the same thing every single time. I promise you that. This is one of the hardest jobs in the world to master. And if that wasn't true, then I think everyone would be like dropping everything else that they're doing and doing this. So, and that's not the case. So, what you looking at for direction on ES? Well, once again, we framed this short to the sell side. Our targets were hit. So I'm not really looking for anything yet. I just said we need to observe what goes on now that we're back above midnight opening. This is definitely not conditions or scenarios where we're sitting here trying to call direction, call bias, because I mean no one is calling a high probability bias where we're at right now. Now after the 9:45 opening right here, this was a high probability trade for 12 points, but anything past that, you just want to leave it alone for now. Waiting for 1050 macro. So that's another thing I was touching on yesterday. Everyone thinks that every single macro is gonna perform every single day. As ICT said, here's the thing that most people don't realize is there's 3 macros within the New York session, and they don't all happen normally only one of them happen per day. Normally only one. So you could say the 950 to 1010 one did kick in today. You could say that. But yeah, normally only one of them happen per day. Sometimes all 3 of them do happen. But like if we have like a trending day where it's just one-sided and it's like a classic buy or sell day, only one of them are going to happen. I promise you that. Maybe 2, but normally on trending days, only one perform. And I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. Like, I learned this from the man who taught it himself. So, once again, only one of them perform normally per day. Just talking about the New York session. PM session, there's another like 3 macros, and normally one of those perform as well. So it looks like it is leaving these highs intact after NASDAQ took the highs. And Dow took the high as well. So we may be looking at some SMT right here. Looks like we are looking at SMT. The only time I'm comfortable with looking for setups whenever we have like highs that are relatively equal is whenever we have SMT. And if you look here, so look, this high wasn't taken out, but it was taken out on NASDAQ and Dow. That's a SMT, but we also have an SMT within an SMT. So these London highs were not taken out by ES right here, or by NASDAQ. I meant they weren't taken out here, okay? But they were taken out on ES. So that is an SMT within an SMT right now. So not that means go short. SMT is just one confluence and one tool that I use. So just study what we do now that we're back above the midnight opening price. You can see it's not really high probability as of right now. So definitely don't be pushing any trades right now, because I don't know why you'd be doing that. So we're back up into a premium as well. We returned to that. Beautiful. Same as NASDAQ. Since we haven't taken this out, you can use the London swing point as your range. So you can see we're on a deep premium here. So yeah. Once again, on normal days, if I'm not live streaming, after I took this entry right here at 4150, took full profit down here, 12 handles, laptop will be closed. I'll be going to like hit the fucking gym or something like that, and I wouldn't care what price is doing. I would not be in the charts right now. But since I'm live streaming and I have people watching and I want to help people, I'm going to continue to tape read and let you know that there's nothing you should be executing on right now. So it looks like it's drawing back up into this right here. So if you really look what's going on here, you see we traded below this low, induced people going short, induced shorts into the market, and then we traded the whole way back up here. So anyone that was shorting got smoked, and now there may be people trying to chase this and go long, and they're most likely getting ready to get smoked now too. So in other words, no one's making money right now unless you're disciplined and you took your profit right here and weren't trying to hold on and get greedy for more when you don't even need it. So to extend that out, and what is that? That's simply just the 15-minute inefficiency. If you're wondering what time frame I'm on, just look at this right here. So obviously you can see we're on the 15. We'll go back to the 5. So once again, there's no high probability bias or direction that can be drawn right now, but if I was forced to right now and I had like a gun up to my head or something, I would say that we may be going back to sweep sell side once more, along with previous day's low right here. But at the same time, that may not happen till the PM session now. We may just, consolidate, but let's just see what happens. So I mean, just look at this chop. I mean, if you're trying to get like huge trades in this, I mean, you're gonna get your ass handed to you. I don't care who you are. So once again, Dow is the leader once more. Dow left these in place here. Lots of things to be cleaned up down here with Dow. So yeah, Dow is the leader to the downside. Let's see if NASDAQ is following suit now. Yeah, it is. So once again, if I had to pick a direction right now, I would say we're going to sweep sell side again. Because really, if it wanted to go higher and it wanted to come up for these highs now, it would have like used this kind of as like a brick wall, respected the low end maybe, and then traded up. But since we're disrespecting all that, we disrespect this order block, I think it wants to run for the sell side once more. And like, what did I say? I said study what it does above the, now that we're back above opening price. Well, look what it does. It goes above opening price, wicks off hard, and now it's going lower once more. So basically, prior to this move right here, shorts and longs kind of got smoked. Like I said, it's all a game of manipulation. Once it got below this low, that induces short sellers. And they got smoked, and now people that want to chase this move, oh, it's, you know, it's gonna reverse now. They're going long, and now they're smoked. So, any single person in these markets without discipline got smoked this morning. Promise you that. So yeah, nothing really to enter on here. You could say this was an entry right here, but I couldn't have entered on that with confidence simply because we failed to get to the high. Yes, we had SMT, but once again, that's only a extra tool that I use, extra confluence that supports my already drawn out bias in direction. Man, this chat is dead. Did price take all the energy out of you guys? So I mean, really, if you're looking at the full picture, this was all accumulation, and then manipulation. All above every single time it traded above midnight opening price, that was manipulation, and then distribution to the downside. So just like I said, I think we were going to go for the sell side. And it looks like we are going to sweep that low once more. There we are. There is another prediction in the books. Beautiful morning. This is the type of shit they sell. But I mean, once again, it's, you know, it's one thing to call the market like I am right now, but it's another thing to actually execute on it and make some money from it, which obviously I didn't just execute on this move right here because there was nothing to enter on. So obviously in hindsight, this could have been a good entry, but that simply just wasn't enough for me to get short. I mean, we didn't have meaningful displacement. We failed to get to this high. We did have SMT, yes. But anytime we breach that 79% retracement level, I'm not willing to take a short once we get past this 79 level right here. I think it's kind of hard to see it, but there's that sell side delivered for you guys. You're welcome. Actually, I shouldn't say you're welcome because, I mean, there really was no entry, so. So, boom. Like I said, well in advance. These two lows taken out. Beautiful. Well, actually, I didn't say this low, but this low is irrelevant because we have this one right here. But anyways, so these two lows taken out, beautiful. And past that, to be honest, I don't know. Let's take a look. Maybe it wants to get to the midpoint of this order block's body right here. Dig into that. So in order blocks, the actual volume is going to be in the body. So maybe dig into that volume a little bit of the order block. So it's kind of hard to like bring up higher time frame targets right now because we're in a consolidation on the daily time frame. So that's all. So yeah, honestly, I think I pretty much did everything I came here to do. I think I might be able to end this soon, but yeah, I pretty much called the market twice. So obviously, if you were in here early, we executed here, 4150 down to 4138. That would be 12 handles. That was a high probability trade right there. On normal days, the laptop would be closed, and I'd be going on with my day. Let me get this off. And then obviously once we were trading up here, I said see what happens now that we're back above midnight opening price. And I said it's kind of hard to have a direction right now, but if I had to choose a side right now, I would say I think we're going to go back below the sell side. And obviously now we did that. This isn't like some hindsight, like trickery shit, whatever. But yeah, you get the picture. Heading out. Cheers, y'all. NQ was good to me today. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Steven. Have a good rest of your day. So I like don't want to end this, but I did like everything I wanted to do here. So yeah, all the targets were hit. If you found some insights from this, if you found any value, you learned anything, yeah, hit the like button. And yeah, I think I will see. Oh, actually, okay, so before I leave, I do have to say I will not be live streaming at all next week because actually I will be in the Bahamas, bought and paid for by trading, man. Yeah, I'll be going to the Bahamas next week, so no live streams then. But the week after that, you can expect live stream after live stream. I got you. If you need some light and you need some direction, pull up to my live stream. I got you. And yeah, peace, guys. Hit the like button. Thank you.